It's week 5, and that means we're back home playing our first divisional rival of the year. It's the Dallas Cowboys. So entering today, both teams 4-0. In the last 2 years, our Giants are 3-1 against the Cowboys. The only loss coming in the opening season and Thanksgiving. And for Dallas, their first 4-0 start since 2007, where they started 5-0. Of course, didn't do a whole lot in the playoffs. They haven't done a lot since the 90s. Is welcome back to the Madden 23 franchise. And as always, if you enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, and the last game before our bye week for the Giants, 4-0. We're undefeated in September the last 2 years. And for the Giants, I mean, it's simple. Cummings is going to win MVP again with the start he's having, averaging over 4 touchdowns a game. And he has a scenario to reach X Factor development. He needs to throw 1 or fewer interceptions, pass for 400, or score 4 touchdowns. And, of course, win the game against the rival Dallas Cowboys, led by Dak Prescott, who is still a superstar. As you know, our last game before the bye, looking to head to 5-0 as Brian Daboll in this Giants offense looks unstoppable. They did last week. They had a perfect first half after looking shaky to start the year. We'll see this offense first. Will Lutz will kick it away. Dallas will defer to the second half. And from MetLife Stadium, week 5 underway. And Gerald Payne from 3 yards deep will take a knee. And here's the start. So he has the X Factor scenario today. 13 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. Added another 3 touchdowns on the ground, another 200 yards. And you have one of the best offenses ever, rivaling, well, last year's. And the only offense that scores more points a game is, of course, Pittsburgh, who came out to an incredible start. We saw them against Washington in week 1, blow them out 34-3. And, of course, the passing still has strides to be made. From the 25, they'll go empty. 4 receivers set from the 25. And the first play of the day is a pass to Kenny Golladay. And it's stacked up at the line. Here's the Dallas defense, one of the best ever. Best in passing, best rushing, best scoring. Bob Lambert drafted defensive tackle. Steve Lehman also drafted at corner. See, the defense has completely changed. They let Trayvon Diggs go. That's from the 25. They get to Barkley for the first time today. And Barkley makes a cut to the 38, or the 40. And again, 15, they give him a little extra forward progress. First down. And we'll throw. And the second pass of the day is completed. And Barkley has about 19. Jonathan Cummings does not throw a lot of incompletions against the Cowboys from the 38. And fake it to Barkley. And on the outside open, coming back to the ball is Bellinger out of bounds at the 26. Now it's 3rd and 8. 4th in the NFL behind New York, Pittsburgh, and Miami on 3rd down rate on offense. Underneath, it's caught by Downing, and that rate is going to decrease. He's stacked up behind the line again, and they'll go for it on 4th and inches opening drive. From the 16, they sneak it, and in the red zone they go. They're the 27th. They actually went down, but that's more of teams increasing their rate rather than the Giants getting worse. They actually were really good, as underneath in traffic, it's caught by Juwan Johnson. This Dallas defense, best in the NFL in the red zone, tied with Pittsburgh and Washington, allowing only 3 touchdowns all year in the red zone and make it 4. As Jonathan Cummings picks up touchdown number 4 on the ground of the year. And the Giants, the opening drive, and that makes it 6 straight first half touchdown drives. As they score on the opening drive, they scored on 5 straight to start the game last week. And the kick is up and good, and it's an 11-play drive to start the game. Sly makes it 7-0. Here's Dak Prescott, second in the NFL in interceptions, only behind Jameis Winston. He has 8 touchdowns and 81.8 passer rating, and here's the offense. They let CeeDee Lamb go, so it's Leonard Bishop and Amari Baskerville at wide receiver. They also let Tyron Smith go. Charlie Heck takes over at left tackle. They drafted Scotty Thompson to replace Tyler Biadasz. And the rest of the offense is pretty much the same. Just with Gallup now, the first receiver, Dalton Schultz, the tight end, UNDEFEATED, the right tackle from the 25. That is where the Dallas Cowboys will begin after the touchback. And give to Zeke on the first play, and this was the problem last week. The Giants gave up a lot of yards on the ground to the Buccaneers. As the defense, you can see, only average in rushing, top 10 and everything else. As the defense has been really good so far this year, and a big part of why they're 4-0. Last year, it was more the offense just outscoring everyone as they give it to Elliott. Second straight carry is another big one. And a gain of 5. He's got the first. Dallas on third down, about mediocre, tied with Buffalo and Cleveland. 45% conversion rates on 3rd and 3. And Prescott over the middle, intercepted. Trying to get the backup running back Hawkins involved, and that is Kendricks. His first interception as a Giant. He had 4 last year in his last year in Minnesota. And the Giants take over in Dallas territory. As from the 48 on 2nd and 9. And fake it to Barkley. Deep drop, pressure by Lawrence. Over the middle, he's got McLaurin for the first time to the 33. Now 2nd and 10. 2 tight ends and a fullback in. Give to Barkley. Breaks a tackle. Gets the block, and he is going to go. Touchdown, New York. His 4th of the year. And the Giants, in 4 plays, capitalize on the Dak Prescott interception, his 8th of the year. And it's now, with this kick by Sly, 14-0. So what a start for the Giants now. That makes it 8 straight touchdown drives. 2nd and 7 from the 28. And give to Elliott on the outside. Breaks a tackle, and Leon Boss brings him down just about a yard short. So they didn't convert their first 3rd down. This is about an inch away. And they'll go shotgun, and Dak will throw for it. And Dak will go down. That is Thibodeau. He has at least a sack in every game. That's 7.5 on the year. And a punt. So the Giants take over 3rd and 6. 8 straight touchdown drives. Deep drop. And underneath, wide open is Barkley. And for whatever reason, I didn't press X, by the way. He went down as well. Take a look. 8 for 10 starts. Only 2 incompletions on the day so far. And it's just more of the same against Dallas. Just perfection. Or close to it. From the 49. Inside, well, close to Dallas territory again. Another keeper. And up ahead, tackled with about 5. So now it's 3rd and 1 in Dallas territory. And a fake. And an underneath route. It's Blasingame. And the fullback breaks a tackle from Parsons and brought down by Joseph at the 31. Final minute of the quarter. And on 2nd and 4, a keeper. A lot of space, and there he goes. Down to the 15. And now 1st down in the red zone again. Scored on their first trip. As a handoff to Barkley, breaks a tackle and picks up 5. Actually only give him 4 even though he's at the 10. 2nd and 6. Cummings will throw. Late to Downing. It's intercepted. There's Kelvin Joseph up the sideline. And Kelvin Joseph with Cummings chasing. Can he go the distance? And he is tripped up and finally brought down by Barkley. So the dive by Cummings stops a pick 6, and for Joseph, his 5th career interception. And the Cowboys take over in the red zone. They're 26th in the NFL, scored on 10 of their 23 red zone trips this year. And from the 9, they give it to Elliott, make it 11. As that is a touchdown for Dallas. His 2nd straight game with a score. And it's his 4th overall. And the Dallas Cowboys bring it within 7. Here early on in the 2nd quarter. Kick is up and good. And 1 play to bring it within 1 score. Giants take over with a 3rd and 10. 4 receivers set from the 29. And we'll throw underneath. For whatever reason, Bellinger didn't continue his routes. And because of that, he's going to be stopped short, and they will punt. Cummings, by the way, now over 100 yards on the day. Gillen will punt. Pressure on him. Flag is in the backfield where he punted it away. It's going to be returned. And around the 20, he gets racked. But this is going to be a new set of downs. That is the first penalty of the day. Comes about 2 minutes into the 2nd quarter. From midfield. After the penalty, give it to Barkley. And Barkley straight ahead for 12. Starting to move the ball at will. As a keeper. And blocked by Bellinger. And blocked by McLaurin. All the way down to the 25. So they snapped the 8 straight touchdown streak. Trying to start another. And a keeper. And Barkley's going to lose 5. So it's 2nd and 15. And at the 32 tight ends out there. Still play action. And Cummings protected. He's got Bellinger, and he is a yard short. He got 13, and now it's 3rd and 2. And a keep. And a flip. Barkley's got the edge. Touchdown. And another red zone score. His second straight 2-touchdown game. And the Giants back up 2 scores. Just like that, 4 minutes into the second quarter. Sly's kick is up and go 21-7. In a flash, as always, Dallas takes over. They have negative passing yards. And through 20 minutes, a third of this game, 2nd and 4, and they fake it. They'll bring them up to 0 as it's caught by Henry. A.J. Henry, the backup tight end of Schultz. First down to the 35. Prescott, 360, finds. He's got Gallup who gets away, and McKinney can't bring him down, and Michael Gallup is going to go the distance. And it's back to a 1-score game. Touchdown Cowboys. His 3rd of the year. And with his kick by Will Lutz, it is going to be 21-14. It's a big play. The 65-yarder caps off a 4-play drive, and the Giants take over from the 20. And they'll start with outside give. Blocked by Spellman, and there goes Barkley. Picks up 10. Approaching 100 yards here in the first half. From the 30, McLaurin motions out. Taking the play clock down. Protection breaks down. And Cummings is dropped. That's also Odigizua. I mean, it's just, that was just trying to get a deep shot for no reason. 2nd and 17, halfway second quarter. Play action. Cummings under pressure by Osa again. He's hit the rainbow. He's got McLaurin down to the 48 and a gain of 25. And now first down. So after getting the sack yardage back, Cummings, he's got it wide open. It is Barkley who makes the grab, and he's going to go. Touchdown, New York. His 4th receiving score of the year. And in a flash, they're back up 2 scores. So they're starting a new streak. They're doing it well as the kick by Sly is going to be up and good. And it's 28-14. So the Cowboys take over. 7 minutes left. Second quarter from the 25. Empty set for Prescott. It will fire over the middle. It's caught by Beachum. Breaks a tackle. And gets away. Leonard Beacham's going to go the distance. Touchdown, Dallas. He has 75 yards in 1 play. His 2nd touchdown of the year, first since week 3 against Jacksonville. And Leonard Beachum, who is technically the lowest rated receiver on the Dallas Cowboys, the starting outside guy with Baskerville in the slot. Gallup outside. Bring it with a 1-score again. So Dallas had negative yards entering 2 drives ago. Now they're closing in on 200 from the 19. And a keeper on the outside. Breaks it outside. Oh, a pancake by Thomas on the outside. Brought down by Parsons at the 38. What a great way to start this drive from the 38. And 6 minutes to play. Keeper again. Up the middle. Breaks a tackle to the 25 as 13. Jonathan Cummings closing in on 100 yards. From the 25. Barkley finds a crease. Saquon Barkley down to the 10. And he's actually inside the 10, so it's 1st and goal. From the 9. 4-man rush. And Cummings is sandwiched. It's Parsons and Lawrence. And DeMarcus Lawrence has at least half a sack in every game so far. And now it's 2nd and goal from the 16. And he'll throw. Floater, McLaurin. Did he get the feet in? Yes! Touchdown! What a catch by Terry McLaurin. His 3rd straight game with a touchdown. And the Giants, again, 2-score lead. And the kick by Sly is good. So, I mean, after the interception, you make it 3 straight touchdown drives. Dallas also has scored a touchdown on 3 straight drives. Prescott will start on the outside. It's caught by Schultz. Turns it upfield and takes it to the 38 gain of 13. Cowboys have not had the ball a lot so far this first half. 3 minutes to play, second quarter. And a play action. Thibodeau wasn't fooled, and down goes Prescott to the 30. It's his third 2-sack game of the year, his first since week 2. Well, it's 3rd and 17. From the 30. They need the 48. Wide open, and it is caught, and Gallup couldn't get the corner. And they punt. 4 receivers set to start the drive from the 16, under 2 to play. And Jonathan Cummings hit as he's thrown. He's got Bellinger out of bounds at the 39. And a gain of 23 to start the drive. For Bellinger, his 4th catch of the day. He has over 50 yards all in this first half. Protection hit as he's thrown. He's got McLaurin to the 46. So under 90 seconds to play. Quick snap from the 46 in Dallas territory. McLaurin to the 30. And again, hurrying up. Under a minute to play. Deep drop, and he's got Ridley. A rare time for Ridley today. Now to the 14, and another gain of 12. 30 seconds to play. Deep shot, separation, touchdown. To add the half, Terry McLaurin, his second 2-touchdown game of the year. They had one week 1, and the Giants make it 3 scores. And they have 40, more importantly, in the first half. 42-21 is going to be your halftime score, and, well, to close things out here. And the Giants are going to be set to kick it away deep to Prescott to start the second half, but not much better you can ask for. I mean, 6 touchdowns on 7 drives. Of course, 1 was a red zone interception. But here we'll take a look at the tendencies. And the Cowboys ran inside the third of the time for 5.7 a carry. So Elliott was able to get going, but down with 3 scores, you can't really rely on that. For the Giants, they ran inside the third of the time. They got 12 on the ground every time they ran inside. And for the best defense ever, it's been very porous. But we'll see their offense first, as Carey will let it go. So they had a 3 touchdown in a row stretch, and you can see all the quick drives. Only 1 over 2 minutes, and that was the punt to end the half. But a lot quickly, just interception, punt, touchdown, 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 and then the still quick punt drive from the 25. They'll go delayed, and that is Elliott's. And Elliott to the 34. He picks up 9. So the Cowboys need to break it within 2 scores again. I mean, or this will just get out of hand quickly. It is Schultz. And Schultz takes it to the 45. So that is the 10th pass attempt of the day for Prescott. 7 for 10, 189 yards, 2 touchdowns. The interception to Hendricks targeting Chuck Hawkins. And that was their 20th snap of offense. Pass over the middle is caught by Baskerville to midfield. Prescott has actually played really well, but not really a lot to show for it. 3rd and 2. This is by far their longest drive of the day. They gave it to Elliott. Gets a good block by Martin. Breaks a tackle inside the 30. And to the 28. Zeke Elliott, by the way, last year led the league in broken tackles. And he's close this year. I believe he is 3rd. Pass over the middle is caught by Beacham. Breaks a tackle and down to the 11. That's a gain of 16. Dak is over 200 yards. And we'll take a look at the Giants in the red zone. This is only the 2nd red zone possession of the day. Only 2nd red zone snap. It says they're the 4th, but remember, 3 teams are tied for 1st. So it's still just a really good percentage. 2nd and 5 from the 6. Scored on their first, or scored a touchdown on their first red zone trip. Prescott fires in the air, broken up and nearly picked. Intended for Schultz, 3rd and 5. They can get a first at the 1. And in the shotgun, Prescott. Time, fires, touchdown to Gallup. His second 2-touchdown game of the year. That was in week 1 against the Buccaneers. They bring it within 2 scores. The offense did their part. They took 5 minutes off the clock, by far their longest drive of the game. But they did their job. And it's 42-28. As we'll take a look. They ended 4 straight touchdowns in the half. I mean, it's just ridiculous what they can do in the first half. Now, what makes the Cowboys' case so interesting is they've fallen apart. Well, I wouldn't say fall apart. They've gone to sleep in the second half of games, as they'll start with a keeper. And there goes Cummings. Gets a block, breaks a tackle up the sideline. He's in a foot race. McLaurin gets a chip, and he is going to be brought down finally at the 12. And forget 100 yards. He's closing in on 200. Red zone drive for the Giants in a flash. Dallas needs to keep it within 17. Barkley looking for his third. He's down to the 2. And they're going to mark him a yard short. So it's 2nd and inches instead of 1st and goal. Give it to Barkley. Stacked up and going to lose a couple. 3rd and 2. And we'll see what the call is here. Do they run or pass? Up. They have a 2-score lead for sure. Can they make it 3 scores? And then give to Barkley. What a play by Fox is going to blow the play up. 4th down. And they're going to keep the offense on the field. Either pin the Dallas Cowboys back or go up 3 scores. Pass is caught. Touchdown for the 3rd time today. That is McLaurin. That is his 7th touchdown of the year. And Terry McLaurin coming back to playoff form. 3rd touchdown of the game. He has been a touchdown magnet since the start of the playoffs last year. 49-28 is the score. Back up 21. Cowboys need to score, and they need to score quick. And figure out the defense later. Prescott on the outside is caught getting away. It's Baskerville. They figured out the offense. That is for sure. And down to the 41. Prescott closing in on 300 yards. Actually outgaining Helmings through 2.5 quarters. Blitz is picked up on the outside. It's caught by Beacham. Tackled on first contact for what seems to be the first time today. To the 25 now. Under 6 to play. 2nd and 10. Prescott. Pressure coming. Down he goes. That is Williams. His first full sack of the year. He had a half sack against Tennessee in the opener. Now it's 3rd and 18. Man, if they can't come away with 7 this drive, that's going to be a huge disappointment. Prescott nearly intercepted. Intended for Schultz. And here's Will Lutz. Probably the best kicker in the game outside of Justin Tucker. Signed here from New Orleans last year as that sneaks in and is good. And the Cowboys have 30. The Giants take over, approaching 600 yards of offense. And it's mostly the ground game. Give it to Barkley to start. And up the middle. Breaks a tackle and picks up 7. Barkley at 125. Jonathan Cummings at 163. 3rd and 1 from the 40. Fake it. And on the move. A lot of space and we'll take off. Won't mess with Fox and slide with the first. Dallas, a lot of troubles containing the QB run. As a keeper again, another big play and slides with about 7. I mean, considering Jalen Hurts was in the division for 4 years, it is impossible to see how much they're struggling with this. They've scored a touchdown on 5 straight drives. Keeper. And a lot of space inside the 30. Closing in on 200. And now it's 3rd and 7. Final play before the quarter break. Cummings. Middle. It's dropped by Downing. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. No harm in doing it. I mean, they're up 21-24. Doesn't do a whole lot. And Cummings is going to be hit. And it's going to be incomplete. That was Osa Odigizua who forced it. And the Cowboys take over from the 24. And they'll end the quarter with a pitch. It is Elliott's. Breaks first 2 tackles and brought down by McKinney at the 32. So 4th quarter begins. Dallas down by 18. As Prescott on 2nd and 3. It is caught. And the first down to Henry. I'm sorry, I did say 24 instead of 21. It's actually 21 instead of 18. So realistically, even less of a difference. From 39 blitzes picked up. Quick pass is caught by A.J. Henry. Been a big part of this drive already. Dak closing in on 300 from midfield. 3rd catch of the day for Henry. Middle, it's caught. Baskerville picks up 8. 2 yards away from 300 yards passing from the 42. Screen pass. He's going to have it here. Elliott with the first. Tackled at the 37. So 1st down. And scoring range. But they're going to want 7, not 3. Prescott. The floater over Ojulari. They never throw that. I wasn't ready for it. And takes it to the 26. Another first. Empty set. Approaching the red zone again. Prescott. Thibodeau. Flag is in the backfield. That's over the head of everyone. And that is the first penalty of the day on the New York Giants. It's a roughing the passer on Thibodeau. So that puts them in the red zone. That's 1st and 10 at the 13. An empty set again for Dak. And the Giants rush 4. Over the middle, it's caught. Schultz inside the 5. He is down to the 1. So it's 1st and goal. Dallas with a chance to get back in it. Up the middle. And a great stand on Elliott. He lost 3. Elliott 82 yards on 14 carries. 2nd and goal. Give it to Elliott. Up the middle. Sacked up by White. So it's 3rd and goal from the 1. Do you run it again with Elliott? Or do you pass? Giants prepare for the run, and the Cowboys do pass. Prescott pressured and throws it away. And for whatever reason, they're going to kick this. So this does make it a 2-score game, but you're on the 1-yard line. I don't think in any situation you'd ever kick it. Unless there was like 2 seconds left, and you're down by 1. Giants take over 3rd and 8. And that pass is going to be broken up for Barkley. Jonathan Cummings also had 298 yards. Cowboys take over 3rd and 10. And Prescott, the underneath, it's dropped, and they will punt. So the Cowboys seemingly have given up on this game. Only down by 15, though. As keeper for 7. 8 minutes to play on a 3rd and 3. And Cummings finds Downing. He's about a yard short, and they're going to go for it. Cummings, by the way, over 300 yards. He has 4 touchdowns. The interception, almost 200 on the ground. I'll make it over 200. Now 2nd and 7. And another keeper. Dallas has not kept him in the pocket at all to the 40-yard line. So now it's 3rd and 4. At the 4-minute mark, Cummings underneath. It's caught by Ridley. He's got the first. 3:18. Now 3rd and 4. And another keeper. And he's tackled inside the 10. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's 1st and goal. And we'll see if Dallas takes their timeouts. Get to Barkley. Stacked up. And the first timeout by Dallas. Down by 15. From the 7. And another give to Barkley. And another timeout. So it's 3rd and goal. Does New York pass here? And they do. Jonathan Cummings, a tight window. It's caught by McLaurin. And he's got a 4-touchdown game for the first time in his career. And that is how the game will end. The New York Giants pile on the Cowboys. As this kick by Sly is going to be up and good. 56-34 against their division rivals who assert dominance again. A 15-play drive. 6.5 minutes to end it. Cowboys fall to 4-1. Giants to 5-0. So I think we have the offense set. It felt like early on it was just a defensive team. We just didn't give up points, didn't give up yards, and the offense just kind of survived. But now, almost 700 yards of offense. Of course, the defense gave up nearly 500, but it doesn't matter because we were up pretty much all of this game. And anytime it was close, the defense shut them down. I mean, Cummings, 326 yards, 5 touchdowns, 222 rushing yards, and a touchdown. Over 500 yards. He's going to win Player of the Week, confirmed. Terry McLaurin, 9 catches, 114 yards, 4 touchdowns. Saquon Barkley over 100 yards and 3 touchdowns, 1 through the air. Eric Kendricks, I chose him. 11 tackles, TFL, interception. His first with the Giants. I could have chose Thibodeau too, but I wanted Kendricks. And of course on Dallas' side, you can see the numbers. I mean, they got numbers late, but we really played well on both sides of the ball, but mainly on offense. That brings us to upgrades. Terry McLaurin is up to a 95. Lawrence up to an 85. Evan Neal up to an 85. Spellman up to an 80. Quincy Roche up to a 75. Bradley Johnson up to a 73. And Juju Hughes up to a 66. And that takes us to the breakout scenario where Jonathan Cummings is now an X factor. He gets Truz, which I think is the most realistic ability. I mean, none of the abilities are realistic, but most realistic is how we play with our quarterback. We do have an injury update, and Saquon Barkley is going to miss next game with a calf strain. I clicked on a scenario. Stupidly, it was a practice injury, essentially. So, that's great. I turn practice injuries off for a reason, and the game ignores that, so wonderful. And now on to games across the league. We'll start with Washington playing the Panthers on Thursday night. We'll start with a give to Christian McCaffrey, 7-yard score. And the Panthers now lead 7-0. And we take a next drive for Daniel Jones. We'll take a shot that's intercepted by J.C. Horn. And J.C. Horn takes it all the way to the 38. Panthers add another field goal. Now we take it second quarter. Panthers with the ball again. It's Christian McCaffrey busts a run. How about that move? And McCaffrey gets trimmed up. That's a touchdown-saving tackle by 17. 27 yards, though. 13-0 lead. We take it to the 2-minute drive. And Daniel Jones being shut out so far on a 3-game winning streak. Jahan Dotson, 12 yards. 13-3 is the halftime score. Opening drive, third quarter. We take it. And Matt Corral finds DJ Moore. And Moore with 26. 16-3 lead. Next drive for Washington. And Daniel Jones finds Logan Thomas, who dives in, 9-yard score, 16-10. All the way into the fourth quarter. We take it on a 3rd and 18. Matt Corral has all day. No one beating, and he finds a wide open Jared Painter. 34 yards, 19-10 score, and it'll stay that way to the final 2 minutes. They take a lot of the clock off. 4th and 20 to end the game. And Daniel Jones with the final prayer. It's broken up by J.C. Horn. Panthers win it 22-10. We take it to Philadelphia and Arizona. First couple minutes corrupted, so the Eagles are already up 5-0. And we'll start with an end zone shot to Jarvis Landry. That almost got cut out too. 17 yards, 12-0 lead for Philly. Arizona later on. Kyler Murray throws an interception on a screen pass. That is Dwight Hines. And the Eagles 15-0. Armstead in the second quarter is going to go and find A.J. Brown, 24 yards, 18-0 lead. This is nothing like the team we saw, the 0-4 team we saw early on. Kyler on the second quarter drive is going to find Rondale Moore, 30 yards, 18-3 is now the score. Now the 2-minute drive, and they give to James Conner. It's a one-score game, 18-10. And that is the halftime score. We take a third quarter. Opening drive, and LaMarcus Armstead finds Devonta Smith. 4-yard score, 25-10. So the Eagles back up 15. We take a fourth quarter. And Armstead finds A.J. Brown. 16 yards, 28-10. And now, later on, Kyler Murray dancing around, throws across the body, misses the running back. That's Dobbins. And he gets picked by T.J. Edwards, who has a lot of space, but takes the 23-yard return. Eagles win it, 31-10. And that will take us to the rest of the scores. On the Sunday slate games, the Dolphins beat the Niners, the Bills edge out the Jets, the Browns edge out the Texans, the Chiefs fall to the Falcons, the Steelers edge out the Colts, the Titans beat the Packers, the Vikings beat the Lions, the Broncos fall short of the Saints, the Raiders win an absolute shootout, 59-45 against the Buccaneers. Look about their defense playing really bad. The Seahawks beat the Bears. The Chargers beat the Bengals. And on Sunday night, the Jaguars beat the Ravens. On Monday night, the Patriots beat the Rams 24-17. And now on the players of the week. This week, it's Deshaun Watson in the AFC. 257 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a touchdown on the ground in the win against Houston. And, of course, I said it before, but player of the week on offense, Jonathan Cummings. For defense on the AFC side of the ball, Marcus Davenport for the second straight week. It's a Raider, 5 tackles, a TFL, and 3 sacks in the win against Tampa Bay. And in the NFC, Xavier Woods, 5 tackles, a 1 for a loss, half a sack, a pass deflection, 2 picks in the win against Washington. And now on to Week 6 scores, and we'll start with Philadelphia and Baltimore. We'll start with a give to Miles Sanders, a 4-yard score. Eagles now lead 7-0. They'll stay that way to a 2-minute drive. 20 seconds left in the second quarter. And Lamar Jackson finds a wide open Mark Andrews. 7-7 halftime score. We take it third quarter, more than halfway through. And Armstead with a fake to Sanders is going to go and fire and find. That is Dallas Goedert, 11 yards, 10-7 lead. We take it next drive for Baltimore. And a give to A.J. Dillon, who breaks a tackle and then loses the ball. That is Javon Hargrave, who forced it. Picked up by Frey. And it's now a 13-7 lead. We take it to the fourth quarter. From the inch line, Lamar finds Josh Sweat, who sacks him for a safety. It's now 15-7. And they'll stay that way till late in the fourth quarter, trying to kill the clock. And on 3rd and 4, Devonta Smith 11 yards, 18-7. And I'll say that way. One last desperation drive for Lamar. And in the final 20 seconds, he finds Alonzo Allison. They go for 2 and get it. Eagles win it 18-15, as we'll see it. The pass to Andrews. How about that? Now to Dallas. And we'll start with an opening drive. Broken tackle by Elliott. 4-yard score. 7-0. We take it later, first quarter. As Commanders have the ball, and Daniel Jones is going to fire and find Diami Brown. 13-yard score. This game is tied at 7. Next drive for the Cowboys takes us to the second quarter. And Dak Prescott is going to fire and find Dalton Schultz. Man, what a pass that was. 20 yards. Cowboys back in front. 10-7. Next drive for Dallas. And Prescott off his back foot on 3rd and 11 finds Leonard Beachum. 34 yards. 13-7 lead. And we'll take that to the 2-minute drill here in the second quarter, where Dak Prescott is going to fire a wide open Beachum. 20 yards. They actually confirm it. And it's 16-7 at half. We take a third quarter opening drive for the Cowboys again. And a toe tap for Amari Baskerville. 13 yards. Cowboys now in front 22-7. Take it next drive for Dallas. Underneath that is Dalton Schultz. 7 yards and 25-7 lead. Later on in this fourth quarter, Dallas adds another field goal. 4th and 15. And it's broken up by Michael Ojemudia. 31-7 lead. And I'll stay that way until halfway through the fourth quarter with 5 minutes to play. Jones finds Quintez Cephas. They go for 2 and get it. 5-yard score, 15-31. But the Cowboys get the ball back, trying to just milk clock. And Zeke Elliott will end the game with this 38-yard rush. Dallas holds on to win it 34-15. And on to the rest of the scores on Week 6. On Thursday night, the Browns beat the Chargers 35-24. On the Sunday slate of games, the Steelers brought out the Buccaneers. The Patriots shut out the Jets. The Chiefs beat the Broncos. The Seahawks beat the Vikings in a shootout. The Texans beat the Dolphins. The Packers beat the Colts. The Niners beat the Bills. The Titans upset the Bengals. The Raiders blow out the Saints. The Rams beat the Lions on Sunday night. And on Monday nights, the Jaguars beat the Bears 28-7. The Cardinals, Panthers, and Falcons were also on bye. And now on the standings. In the AFC North, it's the Steelers at 6-0. In the South, Titans 5-1. In the East, Dolphins, Bills, and Pats 3-3. And in the West, Chiefs and Raiders 4-2. In the NFC, Vikings 3-3. South, Panthers 4-1. East, we're 5-0. And in the West, Seahawks 5-1. For Players of the Week on offense, Callum McCollum, the rookie quarterback for the Texans, 398 yards, 5 touchdowns in the win against Miami. And in the NFC, Darren Waller, 10 catches, 132 yards, and 3 touchdowns in the loss against Seattle. For defense, for the third straight week, it's a Raider in the AFC. 13 tackles, 1 for a loss, 1 sack, and a pass deflection in the win against New Orleans for Denzel Perriman. And in the NFC, Ambry Thomas, 6 tackles and 2 picks in the win against Buffalo. For leaders, passing Dak Prescott, 2,019 yards, 20 touchdowns for Baker Mayfield of the Steelers, and 11 interceptions for Daniel Jones. For rushing, Jonathan Taylor, 925 yards. And Barkley out of the picture. He's going to be probably out of the picture for the rest of the year, considering the injury now. He's missing a week. Josh Jacobs up to 12 touchdowns, and Elliott, 53 broken tackles. Receiving, Quintez Cephas, 597 yards for Washington. 8 touchdowns for McLaurin, and 279 after the catch for Adams. Wrapping things up with defense, C.J. Edwards for the Eagles, 75 tackles. Matt Barton still at 13 sacks, and Ambry Thomas now up to 5 interceptions. Week 7 NFL action kicks off with Thursday Night Football between the Commanders and Browns. The Sunday slate of games kicks off with Packers, Vikings, Bears, Lions, Broncos, Colts, Falcons, Saints. We play the Eagles. Cowboys play the Steelers, Panthers, Ravens, Patriots, Bills, Niners, Chargers, Titans, Texans. And on Sunday night, the Chiefs play the Jaguars. And on Monday night, the Dolphins play the Cardinals. The Rams, Raiders, Buccaneers, Bengals, Seahawks, and Jets are all on bye. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you next time for episode 49 when we face the Philly Eagles.